Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just do a little exercise here of how to fence around an extrusion. This is a very simple example because it's flat, so we're going to go 12 by 12 and then 3 by 3 in the separations, and we'll just extrude the middle poly by 12. I'm doing the harder version. I do this twice actually in this tutorial, but this is the harder version. But it's the version that you really have to learn because the bevel version that I show later is easier, but you can't use it on everything. This version you can kind of use on all of your fencing. So right here I'm making that outer square that will hold the outer corners, and now I'm splitting it into quarters because I'm going to delete everything but 1/4 of this. So we're just going to go ahead and get the faces and delete them. We're just going to work on 1/4. In the second example, I don't have to do that, but like I said, this example I think is the example that you're better off learning because it works on more different kinds of stuff. So right now I'm going to go ahead and cut at 10% basically. You can go closer if you want, but I'm just going to 10% around there. Just making a little fence. We get a triangle, that's fine. And now I'm putting in the other fences for the vertical piece. So, and then what I'll do is I'll delete these edges that were there that we don't need anymore. Those are superfluous. So I'm going to get rid of those. And superfluous. See? I told you. Okay, so now we're going to make the cut going out to the that outer square, but note that it doesn't go all the way to the outside, so we're kind of isolating that little turn there. Okay, so now here I'm snapping, so I'm just using one axis, but then I'm holding V, and then you have to hold your cursor over the vert that you want it to be aligned with. So that's a little trick. I use it all the time. I'm deleting history now. I like to delete the history sometimes when before I mirror. I don't know why. I just do it. It's like habit. So now I'm going to go ahead and mirror it in one direction. It always has the merge threshold too high for some reason, so I turned it down because it's obviously merging verts that I don't want to be together. So then I'm going to do it again, just merge in the -Z direction there, and then turn that threshold down again. So now I've got everything I want. I just want to remove these center lines. They don't need to be there. So pretty close. We just got 2 more cuts to do. So I got to cut like a little edge at the top and bottom of the vertical piece right there. And I'm not really measuring this. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, which is fine. Okay, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and hit 3. And there we go. Checking our work. Everything looks good. Okay, so second example is the bevel example. It'll go a little bit faster, but like I said, this is fine if you have simple shapes. But when you get into more complex stuff, you usually have to end up cutting things with a cut tool. So we're starting off the same. The difference here is I'm going to go ahead and just grab all the 90-degree edges from the extrusion. So even along the bottom. And I'm not going to quarter it. That's why this one goes faster too. So I'll go ahead and just hit bevel, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in an extra bevel after I change the fraction a little bit. So I'll go ahead and add in an extra bevel. Now it's averaging the verts right now, but I don't want that, so I'm going to turn the chamfer off. So now you just get like it's sharp. You can have it, average. That's fine if that's the look that you're going for. And there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so I'm just putting those. Instead of using the cut tool here, I'm actually going to use the connect tool. So just grabbing all these, and then in the toolkit, you just hit connect and then hit enter. You could connect like that on 4 at the same time, like 4 edges, as long as they're separated and not within the same polygon. Otherwise, it'll actually connect them together. Okay, so checking the work, it's fine, everything's good, and thanks for watching.